Hey there, lady. My name is Molly Conley, and I'm devoted to helping women reinvent their love lives. Whether that's after divorce, dating on and off the apps, or in their committed relationship. Why? Because I've been there. I'm a former college athlete who filed for divorce 3 years into marriage, swam in the online dating pool into my late 30s, and now I'm married to the man of my spreadsheet dreams who I met 4 months before the world shut down. As a dating and relationship coach, I help my clients build a foundation filled with clarity, connection, and confidence, knowing Mr. Right is worth waiting for. Each week on the podcast, I'll bring you love life insights and savvy guests where you will receive the courage to release programmed limiting beliefs, discover patterns and behaviors restricting you from finding and attracting quality men, and ways to choose yourself first so you can build a foundation for a healthy relationship with yourself and a partner. Hey there, lady. Welcome back to the Reinventing the Arena podcast. Let me tell you, life has been a roller coaster lately. Brad and I are looking for a new place to rent, a new place to call home. Eventually, he and I are going to share this whole experience because there's been numerous lessons within our relationship that I feel would help you during your next love life vision milestone. With that said, I had to put some other areas of my life to the side, which was extremely hard to do. Some of that included parts of my business, not clients or anything, but plans that I had for like the next few weeks and even the next month or two afterwards, all of which made me feel behind, causing a lot of stress and anxiety. When I feel behind, I start shoulding myself. And I think something like, I should have recorded this episode last week, or push through those barometric pressure migraines that I get in the springtime and record for 15 to 20 minutes. When I feel behind, I feel like I'm letting people down, especially Brad, as I will usually work into the evening to get all the things done to hypothetically catch up. When I feel behind, I start to think about all the plans I've made and how I have to rearrange all of them or put things on the back burner, like spending time with friends or canceling master classes that I had planned. When I feel behind, I skip swimming in the morning. I skip building strength back into my body. I sleep less. I eat like shit. And stress just consumes me. All of this happens to me when I feel behind. I'm curious. Do you relate? Do you feel behind? Do you feel behind as a single woman? Do you feel behind because other friends and families members are like coupled up? Do you feel behind when you see those happy couples, everywhere and anywhere? So, what happens to you when you feel behind in your love life? What are you thinking? What is your inner voice saying to you? What are you doing? What actions are you taking? Better yet, kind of like I said about the skipping part, what are you not doing? What are you doing that is keeping you from becoming the woman that you see in your love life vision? And if you're thinking, Molly, it's a man. A man is keeping me from my love life vision. Lady, you have this all wrong. How many times have you been in a relationship and you didn't receive what you wanted, let alone needed in a relationship? How many times have you been in a relationship? You maybe have communicated your boundaries, your needs, your desires, and then they went unmet. Or how many times have you decided not to communicate your boundaries, needs, and desires because you were afraid of what it would do to the relationship? No, lady, a man is not keeping you from your life vision. It's you. It's the FOMO. It's the feelings of being behind in life, of feeling behind in your love life vision. And this feeling, it sucks. I hate it. You hate it. Everyone hates it. The feeling of being behind and constantly being reminded of it, like through a variety of moments in your life, like it just sucks. But you can take control of that feeling. Because, lady, let me tell you, the last thing you need is to attach yourself to someone in order to meet this fake need of being on time. The only thing that you are on time for is listening to this episode because you're here, whether that's the day it drops on a Tuesday morning, 3 months from now, or even a year later. You are listening to this episode because it's right on time for you. So I usually don't ever share any sort of like music, TV, or whatnot that I enjoy. But some of my favorite lyrics to recite to myself in times like this where I feel behind are from the Rage Against the Machines. And here they are. It has to start somewhere. It has to start sometime. What better place than here? What better time than now? And lady, there's no better time than now to release the feeling of being behind. If you can, for the next few minutes, it would be helpful for you to grab a journal because I'm going to walk you through some questions or situations, and you might want to journal about them. You might want to answer those questions. And if you can't do that right now because maybe you're working out or driving to work, save this episode when you get the chance because you need to come back and do this ASAP. Releasing will create a space within your life, within yourself, for new feelings, new thoughts, and new opportunities to come in. Before you release, you have to be aware. So here we go. First question. What is making you feel behind in your love life? Write all that down. What is it? Who is making you feel behind in your love life? Write all that down. Maybe watching reality TV shows, seeing happy couples on TikTok or Instagram, or even maybe your friends' weddings, babies, or other couple milestones are making you feel behind. So let's dig into this a little deeper. How much are these areas, meaning what's making you feel behind in your love life and who's making you feel behind in your love life? How much are they impacting your thoughts, feelings, and actions in your daily life? Are you consumed by the drama within reality TV shows? Are you feeling stuck on the couch as you see other people happier, quote unquote, than you? So, what can you do about them? Obviously, in these examples, this is pretty easy. It's a snooze on social media or find a new show to watch, or some people have gone to the point of like not seeing these friends, whatever they want to do. But what you really need is to be aware of what you're telling yourself about these things that are making you feel behind in your love life and who is making you feel behind in your love life. Because let's just be honest, no relationship is perfect. No matter how many filters, no matter how many photos, videos, reels on their accounts, whatever, no matter how many episodes on TV that are created, nothing is perfect. Brad's my relationship is not perfect. So this is when we dig in and start challenging those beliefs. What belief are you repeating to yourself over and over and over again? And I'm going to use one example that I hear a lot from my clients. And it sounds like, once I have X, Y, and Z, then I'll have A, B, and C. Here's some examples of that. Once I have a partner, I'll feel happy, I'll be loved, I'll be stress-free. Once I have a partner, my mom will get off my back. I can go out with my friends on a double date. I'll finally have a good date for wedding season. I can start planning my wedding for real this time. If you have a belief similar to this, the one I mentioned, like I have X, Y, and Z, then I can have A, B, and C, because you see everyone else having it or making you feel or think that you're behind, then lady, We have to go even deeper because we need to break through or bust this belief. So, how true is your belief? Just because you find a partner doesn't mean anything. Think of your past dates, think of past relationships, and align it to the belief that you're telling yourself right now. So once I have a partner, my mom will get off my back. No, no, she won't. She's your mom. She's projecting what she wants for you onto you, which means you need to set boundaries with her and with yourself. Once I have a partner, I can go out with my friends on a double date. No, 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 no. You aren't communicating your needs with your friend, possibly because you don't realize that maybe deep down you're looking for belonging and connection to your friendship, or maybe even acceptance that you are a single woman and you want to spend time with her and maybe not with her significant other, or maybe you just like being around both of them and you want to just not be considered the third wheel and have that conversation with them. Once I have a partner, I finally will have a good date for wedding season. No, 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 lady. You are the good date, okay? You get to set your own timeline if you're even like not in the wedding party, right? You can come and go as you please. You don't have to entertain a date, especially if that person didn't know anyone else. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to introduce this person to someone. You don't have to have those awkward conversations with maybe someone else that you know at the wedding, especially if they're older individuals. They might ask, like, what stage your current relationship is in, or when are you two getting married? No, 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 no. That's not fun. That's exhausting and kind of puts a lot of pressure on you and your date. You don't want to do that. You get to be your own best date and enjoy someone else's wedding. You get to be present and enjoy what these two people have and works for them. What about this one? Once I have a partner, I'll be stress free. Let me tell you, that is not true. You'll have new shit to stress about. It happens at every stage and every love life, vision milestone you can think of. Brad and I have been going through that right now with looking for a new home. So trust me on that one. Once I have a partner, I'll be happy or I'll be loved. No, nope. What's stopping you from giving yourself these emotions? You deserve to be happy. Yes. You deserve to be loved. Yes. And you are the only one stopping you from feeling these emotions. Usually because another belief is keeping you in a thought pattern related to not being enough, okay? Whether that's not being good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, whatever your enough is, it's time to release it. And that belief is tied to the external reality that has yet to happen. It's a fantasy related to what I shared in the beginning. It is what is making you feel behind. It's the emotional attachment to the fantasy of feeling on time in your love life vision. Let me say that again. It's your emotional attachment to the fantasy of feeling on time in your love life vision. Emotional attachment to your love life vision has you on the apps constantly, hitting on any man that looks at you on a girl's night out, and saying yes to anyone who even asks you out. Emotional attachment to your love life vision has you staying in relationships for too long, settling in your relationship, and saying it is what it is. Emotional attachment to your love life vision has you trying to change your current partner, people pleasing those around you, and repeating affirmations to yourself even though you don't believe them. When you have an emotional attachment to your love life vision and it's not manifesting in front of your eyes, it has a lot to do with what's going on within you. You don't trust yourself to meet your own needs and desires. You don't value your worth to have patience for the man. You don't love yourself to know what and why you have the standards that you do. You don't care for yourself to realize that you can do all of this and more for yourself. You are right on time, lady. And the time to start putting yourself first is now. So, the very last question to ask yourself is, what is a new belief I can create from my experience? One that starts to bring you relief. One that might be hard to believe 100% at this time, but with more practice, will help you release more of that FOMO in your love life and align with who you are at the present moment. When I was single and trying my hardest to find Brad, I would continuously hit a wall. And I've mentioned this before. I would like jump off the apps hoping to meet my husband in real life. I'd get frustrated and I would, have to remind myself of what I wanted. My belief became like a pep talk, to be honest. And it sounded something kind of like this. Just because I don't see him or have met him yet does not mean he doesn't exist. It means that the man I'm meant to be with is in my future. I'm willing to work on myself to become the version of myself that attracts the man I want into my life. So when I would say a version of this, I would brainstorm different ways that I wanted to increase my happiness in my life as I worked on myself. So I learned how to paddleboard. And I'm going to be honest, I can't balance worth a shit. And so paddleboarding at first was really challenging, but I didn't want to fall in the water. So it was a great challenge. Speaking of that, I challenged myself to swim competitively again, but just, at a different level. I spent more time with my parents because I was thinking I'm not going to have, the time in my future maybe to spend the rest of my life with them. So, like, what can I do to have more memories with my parents? I made a running club at work. So there was a few of us that wanted to get in shape, and there's a few of us that enjoyed running. So I was just like, let's go running after work on a trail that's close by. And it first started out with like 4 women and it grew to like 15. I picked up learning how to knit. My grandmother was really into crochet and knitting when she was alive. And so I was like, why don't I try to pick that up and see what I could do? So I learned how to knit baby blankets for my friends. And then, of course, on top of that, I read self help books. I went to therapy. I hired a coach. I learned new aspects, even like for work, of someone else's job to see if I would like their job in the future. And I'm grateful that I did that because there was a lot that I didn't. So I did so many different things to just open myself up to the possibilities of finding happiness in these moments as I expanded the version of myself. As you create a new belief for yourself, think of how you can expand the current version of yourself to bring in more happiness, more joy, more of what you want to experience in your life. Raise your vibration, and you will start to attract new opportunities and new men into your life. I cannot wait to hear how this episode helped you or what thoughts or feelings have come up for you. I would love it if you would send me a message on Instagram to let me know, or even just leave a review from this episode on, wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, whatnot. I would love to know. Next week's episode, just to give you a heads up, is our March guest, who is going to talk about her self-transformation that started with herbalism to help with a personal illness that she had, to becoming the creatrix behind a magical business. It's going to be a good one. Let me just say that now. You will not want to miss it. Okay, lady, enjoy the rest of your day, and you will hear from me next week.